Yes, yes, y'all. Yes, yes, y'all. Yes, 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 y'all. Art school, y'all. Art school, y'all. Art school, y'all. And we back, y'all. And we back, y'all. And we back, y'all. Art school, y'all. Art school. Self-proclaimed. Self-proclaimed. And that's the first time that, well, it's been a minute since I've actually done that intro, and it sounded actually good. I normally mess up during the way that I said in the intro, but blah 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 blah. As we're continuing on, right? Self-proclaimed, as I've just been told. Um, you could jack my playlist if you want. Mr. Reed, what's up, bro? Live performance at Bedford train station on the L. That was pretty cool. I decided that I wanted to come in today with the live music. You know what I'm saying? Where you can hear the trains rumbling through the tunnels, and please stay clear for closing. You hear that in the background where you know it's real, because my playlist is real, right? So, yo, to everybody that's tuning in this Sunday, it's your host, your baby moms, aka the silverest of the silverest surfers, aka the multicolored Power Ranger, aka Professor X, because I handle all my business sitting down, right? You know what I mean? We back in the building. Sunday, it's been brick this weekend, right? It's the 13th. A lot of things have been going on with the 13th. Michael Jordan actually retired again today. That's mad random. But as we're continuing on with the continuous, right? We're here at Street Media. And another episode of our school, you know what I'm saying? In the building and stuff like that. And, as I continue on, it's like, hey, who do I bring up this week? Last week we had followed the culture, two individuals, two black young men that's definitely into the media doing their thing. And I also remember that I have like a pattern, so I can't keep too much masculinity in the business world going on again, right? That's kind of cruel to some, and everybody needs to kind of balance the two. So I wanted to bring up a close friend of mine. It's like, you know what I'm saying? And it's crazy because it's been so fast. It's happened so soon, as we start off with, connecting the dots. Tonight's guest, an entrepreneur. I don't even know what to, entrepreneur, someone that's out there, a friend, someone that, I have taken in, like, when you start celebrating holidays and shit with certain individuals, like, oh shit, this is, like, I know your dog's dog name, you know what I'm saying? And things like that. So tonight's guest, y'all, for everybody that's tuning in, right? We got Robin Grant, y'all. Let's give it up one time, you know what I'm saying?
Hi, everybody.
Gang!
Yeah, I just want to thank my most honorable son, Matt. And I think the first time I ever met him, I said, that's my son.
Right? We start with connecting the dots, you know what I'm saying? I remember like I always say, just traveling through the city, right? Just wanting to show your artwork and just saying, hey, where can I go to show my artwork? And it was like I guess the universe just saying, put Robin and Matt in this space in Harlem. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? Heath Gallery. Shout outs to y'all. Shout outs to the Heaths.
that's right.
You know what I'm saying? Proud black family, entrepreneurs, you know what I mean, putting up their gallery spaces, and they had a thing called Hang Night.
Yeah,
Yeah, right?
yeah,
That was cool. Hang Night was awesome. They would invite artists to come out. We want to show work.
that's right.
We whether the case was for a fee or not for a fee, I think the energy was just right. There was a few artists that were just coming up there, you know what I mean, from all parts of the city, through all parts of, and I kind of knew everybody in there, but I didn't know you, and
No, you didn't know me. That was my first time.
that was your first
And
time there.
yeah, that was my first time. And when I met you, you were like bigger than life. You had this big ass Yeah. It was beautiful work. It was huge, and I was thinking to myself, how's he gonna carry that home? Because we had left together, remember?
Hmm.
And you actually, I went to the subway. I was in the subway first, and then I saw you on the train, and
Hmm.
we started talking and everything, and that was it.
Yo, the Heath Gallery, uh, they're refurbishing. They're
Yeah,
getting back on track. So, you know what I mean? Round of applause for a black owned
yeah,
company, you know what I mean? A black owned business in the arts because it put us together.
that's
You know what I
right.
mean? You originally coming from, like you said, we were saving the juice, right, Math? And I was just like, save the juice. You know what I'm saying? You representing best style, though, right?
Yeah, I guess so.
You know, a guy from East New York. So
Hmm.
that's you on the blue side or whatever, and I'm on the
AC.
three side, or somewhat. And I'm actually, at, depending on how I was feeling, you know, and depending on where I was working at, I would actually take the three to go to Harlem. You know what I mean? So I had a little homeboy that was on that side, and I would work in his backyard. So that's how I was able to actually do that piece because I couldn't do the piece in my crib,
Hmm.
which is actually on the seaside. You know what I mean? So, you know, and it was the weather. You remember the weather?
Was it warm
It was warm.
outside? It
It was
was
a
warm
nice ass
outside.
day.
Yeah, it
I'm
was
not even
good.
gonna lie to y'all. I really, I had it out. You know what I mean? The stickiest of the stickiest was on deck, right? We had some stickity ickety, and you was just chilling in there, and we were both in the corner, like
Yeah.
respected corners and stuff like that. And it was like, hey man, you know,
Mhm.
I see your work and stuff like that. And I was like, yeah, I appreciate that.
Well, I just have to say that I mean, like out of all the people I met there, like you were like for real, like down to earth, and I felt comfortable talking to you and everything. And I don't know, you're just a cool person.
I mean, not too much about me. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I think that it just was cool to be able to connect those dots. Because to you artists out there, it's cool. If you want to go to these group shows and things like that, it's all right. You know what I mean? But sometimes you gotta alleviate uh, the force field that you may have over you and things
Mhm.
like that, and just be cool about your work. Let your work talk for itself. Sometimes I'm into letting my work talk for itself, you know, and that's why you're actually up here today because your work has been talking for itself for, you know what I mean, a few years,
Yeah.
and it's remarkable because when I first connected with you and I started to embrace you, even as an artist, I'm like, damn, you got a lot of work. You know what I mean? Uh, we said Bed-Stuy, right? You representing
Yeah, I'm from
Bed-Stuy.
Bed-Stuy.
Were you doing that early on? You know, because for someone that has this amount of work that you have right now,
Uh,
were you doing it back then, or this was like,
well, basically, I was doing street photography before
mm,
I got into the art,
mm,
and I just wanted to do something. I wanted to expand myself.
mm,
And every night, well, back then I was working. Right now I'm retired. But back then I would like just do art every day. I would go to work. I wouldn't even pay anybody attention. I would just do my job, whatever I had to do. Go in the break room, just do my art. And I mean, it might sound corny to some people, but I prayed to God. I said, God, if you just give me like the skills, the strength to do this, please. And every day I prayed, and I just kept on doing it and doing it. And the good thing about meeting you is because I used to like beat up on myself and say, "Oh man, this don't look right.
mm,
Why am I not doing this and everything?" And you said, "It all in good time." You always call me Rob. You say, "All
mm,
in good time, Rob."
mm, mm,
And don't be looking at other people because you don't know what their story is. You don't know where they came from.
mm,
You see them doing stuff, but you don't know how long they've been out there. Because when you first started doing art, like I guess I'm kind of like a little kid. Like I have all these like big dreams. Like, oh, I'm gonna be an artist, and everybody's gonna be like all close and do stuff together. And I found out the hard way. It's not like that. It's you gotta make your own. You gotta make your own destiny because nobody give a shit about you.
I mean, for the world.
Sorry, I don't mean that to the people who brought my art.
No, for real, because in all reality, right? You know what I mean? I think walks of life is important, and you're coming from Bed-Stuy. I'm coming from East New York, and your story may differ, but it may be similar in some ways. You know what I mean? With the respect of your craft. You know what I mean? And that's why I respect the craft so much, and that's why you're actually up here. You know what I mean? To enter the University of Art. As we're doing this today, for everybody that's tuning in our school, you should be rolling one up right now,
Oh.
right? You know what I'm saying? S.Street Media, yo, S.Street Media, gangland activities. It's your host, your baby moms, Robin. So you said you retired.
Yeah.
Retired from what? What you was doing?
I was teaching.
You was teaching what?
Um, University Pre-K was my last class, elementary school, daycare, the whole 9 yards. And oh my God, I started teaching straight out of college. Like I graduated May '79.
Mm.
Oh, I'm giving my age out.
Nah, it's cool. Yo, listen. You always can go to the Sosa route too. You can always, yo, shout out to my man Sosa 171 Collective Gang, right? But you can always go. You know when he did the infamous interview on Power 105? Excuse me, I keep saying I said it like 5 times. Excuse me. I have to do the Barack Obama right now, so
Uh-oh.
I'm gonna pause every time, or I'm gonna act like I'm swallowing, so I don't say In that instance, right? He said, she asked, how old are you? He said, 300. So you can always just say 300 and you be good because everybody relates to 300. So shout out to Sosa and the gang. Yeah, I wish I could get Chief Keef to come up here and do an interview and shit. That should be mad funny. You know what I mean? What's up with all y'all fools out there? You going into pre-K, doing all this thing. Karen, right? That's pretty. I think that's another reason why I connected with you too.
Yeah.
I felt that a caring person, where we're talking about a community of artists in a sense, you know.
Yeah, and if you're a teacher or just a human being in the first place, you know that everyone's an artist. So even back then when I wasn't really doing art, I just use art as a tool to teach because art just carries all the disciplines, math, science, everything, literature, the whole 9 yards. So that's where I'm coming from. And I just respect people who can create. I don't care what you do. I mean, like, okay, singing, dancing, sewing. If you could create, that's something from God. That's something somebody can't take from you. And I had saw something on Instagram of all places, and this lady was talking about how she was depressed and nobody really. She felt that she wasn't appreciated. Blah blah blah. So I just wrote back and I said, look, you know, just do you, just be you, because they'll never understand you. People won't understand what you do. So you got to
Indeed.
be what you do. You just have to do what you do. And this creative thing, it's not a choice. To me, it's not a choice. It's something that's within you.
Question:
Yes.
did you see, or was there anyone growing up that you seen that was creative that gave you somewhat of a spark?
Well, my mom used to sew.
Okay.
She worked in the garment district in Manhattan. She was a pattern cutter. And she didn't go for that job. She was going for something else, right? So, you know, the man, she needed a job. So the man came over to her and said, oh, we need somebody that could sew. So my mother said, yeah, I know how to sew. But she could sew, but not like that. But eventually, my mother, it took her like within 2 months, she got it. My mother could look at anything. She could look at a magazine. She could look at Vogue, any kind of magazine, and just make a dress.
What's
Just
mommy's name?
Helen Stevens, God bless her
So,
soul.
Mav, you know what part of, as we continue on with our school, and this is the segment, little
Yeah.
part of the show where
Uh-oh.
we love to give those roses, you know what I mean, whether if they are here or not. We just want to give those roses. So, to your mother, right? We
God
want to
bless
give
her.
her a round of applause. You know what I'm saying? For giving you that goddamn spark, cause you here today. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
2 years ago, a friend of mine asked me to say some MC rhymes, right? What type of music are you listening to right now that gets you, how you say, hyped?
You're gonna laugh. You're gonna laugh.
What?
Yes, you are.
No, I'm not gonna lie.
Okay, cause, um, well, I like all different types of music and stuff, but like when I'm doing creating, I put on Puff Daddy
Oh, P Diddy,
video.
yo. Okay, right? Okay, can't stop, won't stop.
No, I
Was
just
anybody no that all right for the audience out there because you know this is our school. At our school, we're pretty chill. You know what I mean? I think that my show is a little bit relaxed, but for the audience out there, was anybody expecting P Diddy?
that's not it. This is gonna be more embarrassing too.
Nah, that's cool. So we got P Diddy. Ding, that's one.
Oh, I just like to watch the videos from back, like I guess that's like the early '90s, '80s, like with Biggie.
We got Big,
I like Biggie. I like Tupac.
Pac, hit him up,
And I like Snoop Dogg.
Snoop.
Yeah, my favorite one is Gin and Juice. Yeah, I love that. I thought that like looking back on it, looking at those videos, they were so grandeur. It was really, really beautiful and really creative. They look so good, and I like when they would dance and everything. It was just really cool.
Speaking on creatives, right? We you know what I mean we do a little
I know they're
BTS talk.
laughing.
When we do our BTS talk, we normally you know what I mean speak of like creativity and how that kind of doesn't exist. Well, it doesn't exist as much in today's modern world or modern showcases, whatever sisters. Did I put sisters on the? Yeah, I did. Right. That boo. But I have a E40 vernacular, so whatever. Right. Anywho, we're not seeing that as much. Today's storyline is, you know, the same. You know,
What do you,
how
well,
how how do you, how you feel about that right now?
well, I want to be like diplomatic. I mean, this is a new age. I'm a baby boomer, so I'm not down with the digital art. No, no, no. When I say I'm not down with this, I can't relate because
It's a little
I can't
outdated. It's a little outdated for you.
I
Me too.
can't do the digital. I mean, like I had some of my friends, they had a little pad. Come here. I have to get my hands down and dirty. I want chocolate on my hands. I want the crayons or whatever on my hands. So I'm not gonna say that today the young people are not creative because this is their time. Okay, when you pick up a little baby now, right? The baby will, if you have a phone in your hand, the baby's not automatically gonna touch the screen, and that means that that's their time. So I don't I can't relate to their creativity is because I mean not that I can't relate, I'm not going to put it down. That's their form of creativity. I'm only thinking about what I do. Okay, so I don't want to say, well, they're not creative or whatever. But oh my God, I don't want to get myself in trouble. The only time I get, can I say pissed off? When I get pissed off, when I go to the museum and I see all these different things there, and certain people are not represented. And I know that there are a lot of people who are really great artists out there, and they start talking about what do they call new artists?
Modern?
No, the new artists, like up and coming artists.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I think
whatever they call it. All the artists supposed to be in Bushwick. That's a lie. 'Cause I know, right? In Bed-Stuy, there are people doing art. Okay, whenever I go to like YouTube and like I download art and stuff, they always have all these artists in Bushwick and all sorts of nonsense or whatever. I'm not putting them down, but there are a lot of artists out there, a lot of young artists, a lot of older artists like me that's to the brick, just working, doing stuff, okay? And you know, we need to be recognized.
We want to see Robin. We want to see Robin Grant's art in the Whitney, flat out. That's all we just saying, right?
I don't know if I want to go to the Whitney.
I think it'll rock there. That'll be cool. That'll be cool. Why not?
I
And gangland activities is like this, right? It's important to know that there are some artists out there that give them just give us a piece of the wall. We Gucci, you know what I'm saying? Give me like a 5 by 5, and you know what I
Yeah.
mean. I don't care if it's just one. It's all good. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
That's it.
but
You know?
what pissed me off is like if you go to the Met, you go to these different places, and I'm not gonna name artists, and they give them these huge, big, giant shows. And you go in there and like as a young kid when I was growing up, I only thought there were like 3 black artists in the whole wide world because I grew up going to the Met. And you didn't see any.
Talking to the mic a little bit.
Okay, you didn't like see artists of color, women, or whatever. It was just, you know, little old white men that lived like decades ago. So that's my only problem.
Yo,
Issue.
shout outs to all the artists out there. We got Kyra Walker.
Oh,
you're
yeah.
wonderful, you know. Shout outs to Robin. You know what I mean? Shout outs to Masa. Shout outs to Zippy. Shout outs to all the artists.
That's
out
right.
There. Shout outs to all our women out there in the world too. Besides my eye itching like crazy.
Yeah.
Shout outs to all the women in the world that deserve those spots as well. You know, because it's really important. Yo, Matt, stop playing with us. Gangland activities. You already know what time it is, man. This is University of Art. You know, we've been sitting down talking to Robin Grant, representing Bed-Stuy. You know, I'm a guy from East New York. You know, we don't really have like a East New York, let it vote, or like, you know, how like Brownsville has like, Brownsville never ran, never will. Or it's like Bed-Stuy, do or die. It's like East New York really never had that. Growing up in the Star, I never really grew up in the Star, but I always spent through the Star, and I just noticed that there was a lot of art as well.
Best
I
place
used to,
in the world. That's why everybody want to be there.
Yo, I used to look at some of the black art, and I could just tell that it was a black establishment by the way that the setup was on the gate. You know what I mean? The color, the colorways, and I was like, yeah, that's how, you know, quiet is kept. Fulton, and we talk about Mushood. I'm sorry if I pronounced the African brand name, but that was like that colorway of blackness, you know what I'm saying, in Fort Greene, and just seeing those, that, you know what I mean, that Fort Greene Bed-Stuy, you know, kind of lose its essence of what it is. But we out here, you know, I want to be as diplomatic as possible when it comes to how we speak about what's going on. But we know what's happening and things like that. No cap, stop it. Get the strap. We need some artists like Robin Grant, because you have a lot of work. I mean, seriously.
Yeah. I stay up to 6 o'clock in the morning, which I'm not supposed to. But I can't help myself because, like, if I go to bed, I start dreaming about whatever I want to make. So then I have to get up. I tried to go to bed at a regular time, and I just get up and I just create. And some of the stuff that I create, you know, like in my mind, it's not good. I feel that as long as I'm using my hands and using all my faculties and getting something laid down, that's good for me. And once in a while, I come up with something that I really think is really cool, you know. So it's good to me. And should I talk about what I'm doing now? I'm gonna later.
Yo, I mean, you know what? As we're here with Robin, she was sitting here earlier, right? And Math and I, we were, you know what I mean, just talking, and, you know, this is a first for you.
This is the first time.
But you've
I've
been
here.
getting interviewed and stuff right now.
Oh,
Like,
yeah,
you blowing up low
but
key. Stop
not
fronting. Like,
live.
Yeah.
Not live. They could stop the camera and then I could start all over again. This is live. Once you say something, it's out there. So I gotta be
but
careful.
you're not saying anything that's gonna tarnish your career, anything like
I don't
that.
have.
You know, we're gonna continue to talk about your career a little bit more. It's all love, you know, like I said, I have the best playlist on S Street Media, Gangland, self-proclaimed clean, because I just wanted to go to the top of the mountain and put my little right in there and say, you know what? When it comes to music, sounds, and all that, my shit is too crazy. And I've been playing some music by Mr. Reed. He's also from East New York. You know what I'm saying? Things that matter.
I went to high school in East New York,
Yeah, what high school you went to?
Maxwell.
So shout outs to Maxwell. Yo, did you know that Family Academy and Maxwell have now become one school? There's a school in East New York. It's on Linden Boulevard in Van Sicklen, and it used to be called Family Academy, and they're now in Maxwell. My niece,
What?
yeah, my niece actually goes to Maxwell.
Oh, it was all girls from the
My
way.
mom's went to Maxwell.
Yeah, it was all girls.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And Thomas Jefferson was down the block.
Yeah,
Yeah.
shout outs to all my Jeff heads. You already know what time it is, right? It's a lot of gangland activities. You know, we've been talking to you pretty much about, you know what I mean, the art. What type of style would you consider your work to be?
I have no idea. It's Robin style.
It's Robin style.
Yeah, like I call myself the homeschool artist
Mm-hmm.
unofficially.
Mm.
And like I do study a lot. Like, I look at other artists, famous artists, even artists like my friends, anybody. I just want to learn from them. So I teach myself. I'm not afraid to try anything. Like, can I tell you this funny thing? My daughter, she had like this box of dinosaur puzzles, and I
Yeah.
just took them, and she didn't want them anymore. So I just glued them on a canvas and painted over it.
Mm.
And my daughter used to skateboard,
Mm.
and she had met the dude from Zoo York. This was when she was like 9 years old. So I took her Zoo York skateboard and painted over. My daughter was like flipping out. It's like, that's my Zoo York. You painting on it. So, that's me.
Homeschool.
That's me. I mean, like, if it's there, I'm going to paint on it. I'll paint on the wall.
Homeschool, art school, another episode. We're going to go into a little break real quick. You know what I'm saying? I'll probably continue to play some more vibes and things by Mr. Reed again. You know what I mean? Flex with some more movements and things. Robin S. Grant. No,
Robin Grant.
sorry.
Actually, Robin A. Grant.
Robin A. Grant.
Yeah, A for Ann.
Heard you. Yo, we in the building, art school. You know what I'm saying? Today is June 13th. A lot of big things. I mean, January 13th.
Oh, my God.
Yeah,
I
I'm
wish
already
it
there.
was. It's
Yeah, I'm
cold
already
out
there. My
there.
mind is ping. You know what I mean? But yo, math, whenever you ready, God. You know what I'm saying? Mr.
We're gonna
I scooted into the chair, man, easy with the breeze, like skirt. Right, we're back. Art school. We was behind the scenes talking about the business plays. Shout outs to everybody out there that's making plays. Everybody's busting moves, busting flex. You done know. We're here again. Another episode of what I like to call talent. America's Who Got Talent. Our school, we're here, your host, your baby moms, a.k.a. the Silvers of the Surfers, a.k.a. the Multicolored Power Ranger, a.k.a. Professor X, because I handle all my business sitting down. And we're here with Robin Grant, y'all. You know what I'm
Yo,
saying?
what's up?
Gangland activities in the building. You already know. So you were talking about, well, we were speaking of this prior to the break. 2015.
Mm-hmm.
So that's when you got busy.
Yeah.
You been 2018. It's 2000. What year is this?
It's 2019, man.
Damn. Yeah.
I'm decades old. I'm supposed to be doing that.
My mind is just
I hear
going.
you. I hear you.
Word.
Yeah.
I was like, damn. I really had to question that. I'm really stuck. 2015. You've been on a really consistent trail. You've been going. You've been active. You've been, you know what I mean, buzzing. You had a show here recently.
Yeah.
You know what I mean. Shout outs to you for that.
Yeah.
You know,
That was good.
it was more so of an experience as well.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean. Just being able to see the scale in which you can, you know what I mean, do certain things. You know,
Mm-hmm.
you had a lot of colorful work. You know what I mean. There's a lot of portraits of people. That's something like that you like to do.
Yeah. When I first started out, it was easy for me to do the portraits. And oh yeah, I was working with your sister. I mean, can I say your sister? Yeah. Well, she's like my daughter. Zip.
Yeah, shout out
Cause
to Zeb. What's up,
yeah,
though?
Zip. Oh my God, my girl she could paint her butt off. Serious. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, can I just shout out something?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, Zip and I, we having like a Friday night paint night. You know, for people to come chill out and paint.
Where that's at?
Oh, it's at my studio.
What's the address?
598 Decatur Street.
Purge you. 598 Decatur Street. February, right? February what? When you gonna do
Well,
it?
we don't have another date by today, but we should be having.
TBA then.
Yeah,
TBA.
TBA,
Yeah,
TBA,
to be
TBA.
announced. You know
That's
what I'm
right,
saying?
to be announced.
So those that are tuning in, right? Just remember, you know what I mean, and spread the word on that. You know, it's great to see that y'all two are working together. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? I like that. That's cool. You know, I just gave her a shitload of paint, so hopefully she's getting back into the mode of things. You know what I mean?
That girl could paint.
Yeah, man, my sister can paint her fucking nails, so
Oh,
you know.
serious, right?
She's dope. So shout out to, she was actually number one too. Zip was my first guest on Art School. You know what I
Oh
mean?
wow, that's
Yeah.
fantastic.
Always gangland activities, right? So we today on this, it was cold, right?
Yeah, it was really cold out there.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
I don't have a scarf.
Oh, I don't either.
Yeah, that's messed up. Tell me a little bit more about the portraits. Like, I mean, is that something that you wanted to go straight into, or you know what I mean, you started so you know what I mean, new? That's something that you just felt, or you
Well,
first felt comfortable doing it.
in the beginning, like I would just draw the essence. Like it didn't actually look like the person, but I would like just draw the essence of my friends and whoever. Eventually, as time, passed, well, I feel I got better, but I'm able to like just draw like on a pad. I can actually draw a face that looks like a face, like a person. I could do live drawings, but um, I also could do like drawings from photographs.
And you said you was early on during
Yeah.
those times you was into photography as well.
Oh yeah, I used to do street photography.
Yeah, what you was doing, like film?
No, no, just yeah, I was doing
Uh-huh.
film, and also I started out with digital, and then I had some friends who were doing like film, and I just got a film camera and started doing film,
What you was
and then
shooting with, like 35 millimeter?
yeah, I had a 35 millimeter camera. Yeah,
Hey, we love that
yeah, I love that.
grid.
Yeah,
Shout out to everybody that shoot with the 35 out
that's right.
there. You know what I'm saying? Shout out
Yeah,
to all y'all out there that's still shooting
yeah.
film. Shout out to all the photographers, for real. That's what's up, right? So you kind of like multifaceted because you do that now too. You still shoot.
Oh yeah, so like long time ago when I first started in 2015, this artist had said to me, "Oh, why don't you draw the things that you shoot?"
Mm.
So now, since I have, well, I don't want to sound like I'm like have a big head or anything like that, but now that I'm used to drawing and I'm a little bit better. Now I started like taking some of my old photographs and incorporate put them inside my art, use them as collage, and also I'm starting to like paint my sketch and paint the photographs that I have taken
Mm.
in the past.
Oh,
Yeah.
fire.
Yeah, so I started doing that, and the reason why I got into photography because I was working in a very stressful environment. I hated going to this certain job every day. So something told me to go get a camera. So I got a camera, and every morning I was working in Coney Island. I will not go to Coney Island. Ooh, that place. You talk about cold? It is. Oh my God, it's cold out there. I hate that place. No, no, I don't hate the people there, but I just hate the weather. But I started taking pictures on the way to work, on my break time, and after work, and that's what got me through. It actually, photography, I'm serious, saved my life because I was really feeling bad. And once I have like a little camera that I call Mr. Darcy, because I like, well, I'm kind of corny. I like this Pride and Prejudice, and there's a character in there, Mr. Darcy. So I named my camera Mr. Darcy, and I had like a little Sony. It's about this big. That camera's bad. And one day, Mr. Dorsey got broken.
Oh man.
Yeah, yeah. The LCD broke on it, and then I graduated to other cameras like the Nikon, and the Canon camera. Those big old cameras and stuff like that. But I would say to myself, don't worry about it. You're gonna take pictures, and you're gonna feel okay. And that saved my life. That emotionally, physically saved my life. Photography, just
Straight up.
doing it.
So shout outs to everybody that's out there that's shooting film or just taking pictures, period, because they would like their lives to be changed, or they're looking for a way to they're looking for a way out, right? In some sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you know what I mean, just traveling the world, however you're traveling, however you're moving in the world, you know what I mean? Shout outs to y'all photographers out there. Uh Another question, right? You reading any books right now?
Well, well, art books.
Yeah.
Well, I hijacked this art book from my friend. My favorite artist is Carrie James Marshall, and I mean, I just think that, oh my God, his work is so beautiful, and I think I learned a lot from artists, and from him, I learned about color, I learned about shape, I learned everything, and I just like him because I think he's a straight up person, okay, and if you know anything about him, all his characters are black, okay, I mean black. And I was watching an interview, and the lady said, "Oh, you only paint black people." And he has said, "Look, I need to do that for myself and for the kids, other people of color, like black people, because we're not represented in the museum."
Does that matter for you right now? Does it matter to you a lot? And
It mattered to me at the time because he was able to say that. And I don't want to get too political and all this other stuff because I know everybody want to have fun. But to me, I thought that was very important for him to say because black is beautiful. I mean, like when I was growing up, like in the 70s, that's what it was, beautiful, and it still is. Okay, and like he didn't. I like him because he's like really honest, down to earth. If you look at his paintings, they're honest and down to earth. It's like the real deal.
facts.
Uh-oh.
What we got on the move? The story of Muma Abu Jamal, right? Terry Bibson, you wrote that. Yo, another book. Check out. You know what I mean? For those
Yeah.
that's tuning in. S Street Media. It's your boy, your baby mom's your host. We here with Robin. You know what I'm saying? We've been talking about art and stuff and how we connected and how that universe just brought this into fruition as we speak. It's crazy, right? It's crazy. You always talking about this, and it's like, yo, fast forwarded to you're at this point right now, you know, and you're at this point right now with your work, you know. How's your head feeling? How are you feeling about the work and what you're doing with it?
Well, sometimes like I, I'm I'm a very emotional type person, and I feel I'm my own cheerleader. Sometimes I feel you gotta be that way. Okay, it's I feel that it's all right to say, look, I did that. That's good. And it's all right, like, to hug yourself and say, damn, that shit looks good. So when I do something and it's really good, I'll tell myself that. I mean, when I grew up in my household, that was being vain. You don't you don't even look to ask anybody how stuff looks. But I think it's important for everybody's mental health to feel good about what they do because if you don't feel good about it, it's coming out of you. Okay, and I feel that's okay. I'm not saying that you're supposed to go around and say, "Oh, look at me, this is great," but I'm saying for your own personal self, when you in your little private domain, it's okay for you, to feel good about it. And I'm just like sometimes oh my God, I'm getting personal. Sometimes I'm like in tears, like I can't believe I'm doing this. I'm like,
I
I
mean,
said,
it's part of the artist's journey, right? It's
yeah,
part of it. You know, we don't think that we've done this. I never would have thought I was doing this shit if you would have told me this, you know what I mean, throughout
yeah,
those other times, you know, we've continuing on and it's like, all right, so you go from sometimes being the artist to, you know, incorporating your other friend artists to, you know what I mean, putting the artist function together to now you're speaking to the artists about putting more functions together, and that's what we're doing here today,
yeah.
right? That's super awesome. You know what I mean? Gangland activities, you already know what time it is. It's your boy, you know what I mean? Been on the road. Shout out to everybody that's been touching the road and all that good stuff. You're feeling great about everything that's going on today. Robin Grant, you know, A Grant, A for Ann,
Yeah. Oh God, please.
not Apple. Not Apple. Bet-Stuy, Do or Die. You know, you've had a show in a very short amount of time. Whether, you know what I mean, that's the, you know what I mean, the universe working,
Yeah.
or that's just where you're
He
supposed
had
to be.
shows at the house.
Yeah, you're doing your shows at your house right now
Yeah.
too. You know, you also have a daughter who's not so much into the painting aspect of the
She
arts,
was.
but she was.
Yeah, when she was little. She did actually I had gave her a camera when she was 4 years old. And she was taking pictures and she's actually a good artist, but she's gone into another realm. She wants to be a playwright, write plays and screenplays and things like that.
That's
That's
pretty
what
cool
she's
too.
into. Yeah.
That's pretty cool too. I mean, just think about it. You know, who knows, right? Who would have
That's
known?
right.
Who would have known? It's
Yep.
probably too. You like to. You say you like to feel it on your hands, right?
Yeah.
Maybe she doesn't like to feel it on her hand. She's just like, no, no pain on
But
me. Excuse me. No,
uh,
can't do that, right?
she likes to write.
She's in college right now.
Yeah, she is. It's her junior year. Yeah,
That's smooth.
it just went by real fast.
Yeah.
It's going by real fast, and
Do you think that you would be doing this? What what I mean, when you started painting,
you mean like
what you're doing right now?
talking to people?
Yeah.
Oh, in my head, in my fantasies.
Right.
We all have fantasies where like
Hmm.
you being interviewed. Oh yes, and I do this and blah blah blah, and everybody has this big fantasy that they have this big show, but you don't. I mean, like you just know it's a show. You don't have the place. You don't know if it's the Whitney or the MoMA. All you know, all you can see is your painting.
On the
It's,
wall.
yeah, it's really bigger than life, and people all around you like, oh, yo, how'd you do that? And then you know how they ask you all kinds of crazy questions, and you just be some of the stuff you just be making up. Yeah, I did this for my toes, and stuff. So I mean, yeah, I, I must admit I do a lot of that.
Right? That's what it's about, really. You know what I mean? So shout outs to all the artists out there that be faking the funk, talking about how they made this, what I mean, this painting on their nose, or they used a nose hair brush, right? To, what I mean, sprinkle a little crack cocaine on the body, stuff like that. That's a David Chappelle joke though, but you wouldn't understand if you're not in tune with the vernacular. Yo, I got the best playlist on the set. Robin Grant, what's up next?
Well, I just wanted to say that your family is very important. Um, I wanted to expand my art, and I always wanted to expand. And I said, I'm tired of making portraits. I want to make the whole body. I want to make the arms, legs, toes, everything. So I don't know. One day I was looking through my family album, and I saw some of my parents' wedding pictures, and I just sat down and I sketched it out, you know, on the canvas, and I painted it, and then I just kept on doing it. So my project now, I don't know if it's a project or not, but I'm taking all the old photos of my family, and I'm like my grandmother and my aunts, my uncles, people that passed on, and I'm just laying them down on canvas. And I just wanted to say, like, when I was young, like, I have so many photos, boxes of photos with no name. I mean, with no names, no dates or anything. And my grandmother and I, when I was little, she used to go through that box, that same box, and say, "Oh, this your cousin George, and he did this and everything." I'm like, "Great." I was like, "Nan, I don't want to hear that." And she would tell me a story. "Oh, when he took that picture? Yeah, he was married to her, but she left him. Blah blah blah." But it's like when the elders are sitting down and telling you about your family history, you need to listen.
Yeah, that's a
Because
fact.
when you get my age and you look at other pictures, well, I think that's Betty. No, who's that? There's no name on there. There's no dates or anything.
That
Yeah,
hurts.
it does. Like I can't go ask anybody because all the elders are gone. It's like
Yeah.
but it was funny. I was looking at my mom's picture, and I was drawing, sketching her, and I could hear her voice because my mother, she was very into whatever I did, and I could hear her saying, "Now that don't go that way, but this way." And so, like, I did her portrait, and after I did it, it made me cry because it made me think about her more and think about where I came from and things that happened and why I'm the way I am today. And my parents' wedding pictures, that really set me back because like my mom said, "Oh, I had a fairy tale wedding," and there's one crazy thing. I had painted my parents' picture, and I left out my mother's gloves. For some reason, I heard my mother's voice. It wasn't like I can't remember what she said or whatever. And then when I came back downstairs, and I said, "Oh, I forgot the lace gloves," and I painted them on. But it's important to like just look into your family history. Now it's easy for you to document photos and all that other stuff like that. But young people, listen,
Save your history, young
that's
people.
right. It's important.
Damn it. All right. It's time to start saving some of your history, and that's what we're doing with entrepreneurs of the African descent, right? You know, I don't know if we can say African American, Africa,
Oh, please.
diaspora, who knows what's going on.
Right.
The black and the brown, whatever it may be, we have to continue on with the history, and I think part of what art school does for the community itself is be able to document that history. You know
That's
what I mean?
right.
Of those that are traveling through, you know what I mean, village to village, you
Mm-hmm.
know, and things like that. Because, you know, someone told me recently, it's not the system that raised us, it's a village. You know what I mean? Every village ain't for you, but you will understand that eventually. You
That's
know?
right.
And you've been pushing on. You have like at least 1,000 paintings.
All
That's
over.
crazy.
I have paintings everywhere, even in the bathroom. Everywhere.
Paintings galore. Like step your game up, and I mean I don't know. It's like a boom. You know,
Yeah,
it's a boom.
yeah. Like,
So
yeah. Like my daughter said, "Ma, when am I supposed? When you leave here, what am I supposed to do with all this stuff?" I said, "You throw my paintings away. I'm gonna come back and get you."
you better save them boys.
I'm
You
serious.
better save that. You know what I'm saying? Have enough pieces for everything. That's crazy. I see. I don't know. I can I say 500? I don't know. It
I
was
don't
just
know
a
how
lot.
much it is. I
Yeah.
don't count it. I
Yeah.
don't count it. But I do recycle.
So, you know what I mean? Shout out to all those artists that's putting in consistent work,
Yeah.
right? You know, Robin, you know, we just been thankful to have you around, you know. What's
Thank
your favorite
you.
color?
My favorite color is blue.
Blue. It's been a few. We had a blue and a red last week. Then we had I think we had a blue. Then we had a pink. Oh, there's been a few people that's been going with the blues. I've been giving it up with the blues too. Yo, hold on. I had to get these on camera too. Hold on. The blue Rockaway joints. You heard Stephanie
Uh,
K. You heard what I'm saying? Yo, shout out to my connect. Yo, shout out to my connect. Zigzag. You already know it's the gang. Bensonhurst. Feel me? You already know it's time we sliding on. Zigzag got the Rockaway sweats for about $15. So shout out to everybody that's out there that's still bringing it back. Yo, where can they find you?
um, well, well, in my studio on Fridays when to be announced. Well, I used to do art out in Union Square. Once in a while, I go out there, but you know, certain people they want us out there. You know what I'm talking about, right? Like the governor is coming in town. We really like your art, but can you move it? You know, and I say sure, and just go somewhere else.
Any social media plugs they can find you too?
Instagram,
Yeah.
yeah,
What's your name on Instagram?
Robin Grant Art.
Heard you.
Robin Grant Art. And you know, to me, okay, I'm gonna get in trouble here, but to me, it's not the numbers, okay? Like, I know people who have like thousands and 2Ks and
Not
all
real.
that. Yeah, to me, I could tell you right now, my number's not like in the thousands or anything
But your
like
work
that.
is.
Yeah, but my work is more than numbers, okay? And I put on my Instagram that, you know, I want my work to be more than selling hamburgers, like more than McDonald's. You know what I mean? I don't want to compromise myself. If it sells, it sells. And Like, yeah, we're all, well, I know I'm poor. But we need, I want to sell my art and everything, but I'm not going to compromise myself. I'm not going to put, well, buy one, get three, or whatever, stuff like that, because when you start getting bogged down in how much you want to sell, what's the point? Are you creating a product to sell, or are you creating a product to last long and have some longevity,
You
whatever
know,
that
when we think about the Hall of Famers, there's been some artists that have survived the times because they probably weren't thinking about that. Whether if it's some type of battery that was put on their back is to boost their celebrity, whatever the case may be.
Mm-hmm.
I think the Most High has given us you, and you have a tremendous amount of talent and a tremendous amount of
Thank
work.
you. Oh my
So
God.
that's what's up right now. You know what I mean? Gangland activities, you already know what time it is for all my slums out there that's trapping and rapping and capping, no capping, right? Robin Grant Art, you can find her there, you know what I'm saying? Yo, S.STREET Media, Matt's been in the back, it's been pretty chill and things like that. It's been another Sunday. We've been able to talk some art and things like that. For more and more conversation, more so, 586, what, 568 or 586?
598.
598 Decatur to be announced soon, putting more art things together. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? We appreciate you. Thank you for coming on out tonight. You know what I mean? Gangland activities. Y'all got the best playlist on S.STREET Media. Y'all already know what time it is. Icy Man. Uh, more Mr. Reed doing some live stuff. He's been in the trains. Shout outs to East New York. Bed-Stuy, Do It Die. In the building. Yo, any last words?
Um, well, I've been so blessed. I've been blessed to meet good people and been blessed to be able to create and share my work with other people and learn from other people. I, that's just about all I can say. And I'm blessed that I have such a beautiful son. This is my most honorable son. And he's been totally fantastic to me. And I just wanted to tell you something. One time I had said something, this is real short. I had said something, and you told me the real truth. I felt bad at the time when you said it, but you said the real truth. And when I went home, I said, that's true. And I said, thank God, that I know him and that I have someone that could really, bring me down to earth. And I mean, even though you're younger than me, you're wise beyond your years. And I appreciate that. And as an older person, I think that most older people should respect young people because sometimes they have some wisdom. They have wisdom inside them. So that's what I want to close out. And thank you for having me here. And thank you for everybody listening to me. Thanks, guys.
Yo, we appreciate y'all. Yo, Dollar Bill, yo, Math, whenever you ready, another episode, you know what I'm saying? Gangland, you heard? Peace.